Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on YNW Melly cooperating in a new interrogation video.
He did what?
October 19th, 2015.
Melly. Do you want to die? Does he want to die? Why you? Oh my gosh. Why? Why? What do you mean interrogate? Why? What?
The Vero Beach Police Department received a call for a group of teens gathering outside of a restaurant near Vero Beach High. Shortly after, a single gunshot went off. The school, which just dismissed its students 15 minutes prior to the shooting, was placed on lockdown as officers arrived on scene. 3 witnesses would identify a then 16-year-old Jamel Demons, who's more commonly known as YNW Melly.
Daniel
They
16.
say Melly fired the gun at them, but none of them were hit. Still missing, Melly would post to his own Facebook a news report that shots fired placed his high school on lockdown.
Oh my days, Melly, bro.
It was roughly 2 hours later when police would announce they had Melly in custody after finding him in a nearby apartment building under a bed. Fast forward to June of 2023, Melly is beginning his second week at trial for the murder of his 2 friends, and an 8-year-old interrogation video of Melly just dropped.
Damn.
The interrogation itself is from the day of the shooting, and Melly can be seen being questioned by 2 detectives about what took place, as he hilariously tells detectives to tell him what they know first.
To talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay, if you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish one. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Now that you know that, do you want to talk to me about what happened today?
Is this nigga wearing socks? Or
Tell me what y'all know first.
is he not wearing no
That's
socks?
not the way it works, brother. Obviously, no. I mean, we wouldn't be talking to you if we didn't know.
Did the nigga come to our police station with no socks on?
I'm here to help you, believe it or not. I know you don't believe me, but
What the fuck?
You went down so fast, I just...
what happened?
Melly would say they'd been messing with him and spotted him by the Plum Tomato restaurant as he was going to get his food. He'd say it was a total of 8 people and someone pulled a gun out, so he ran to the blue apartments he'd later be found hiding in. When asked who pulled the gun, Melly initially said, "I don't know," but when the detective asked if he shot in self-defense, Melly became more cooperative and even gave a name.
Oh.
If you shot in self-defense or something, you need to let us know.
I did.
What happened?
Somebody at the Plum Tomato pulled out a gun on me.
Who?
One of the kids.
Somebody you go to school with?
Yeah.
Same grade?
Yeah.
What's he go by?
I think he goes to the alternative.
Alright, what's his street name?
I know his last name, Gillespie.
Gillespie?
Oh shit.
Okay. What kind of gun was it?
38 revolver.
How you know it's a 38?
I seen
How
So everyone's a snitch now. Everyone's a snitch now. Who cares?
While
Oh
Melly
my
was
days.
asked for the street name
First
of who
Melly
pulled
gone
the
out,
gun,
since now, probably
Melly
look-
gave
bro,
the teen
everyone's a snitch
last
now.
name, Gillespie. He was referring to Quintravious Gillespie, a then 17-year-old who went by the name Vontae. Melly would initially say he ran away when
Your
Vontae
favorite
came
rapper
to
is probably
gun,
a snitch as well.
repeatedly being questioned about
My
where
one's
the gun
not, but,
is.
you know, your
the
ones are.
detective would ask if Melly's worried about getting someone else in trouble, alluding that someone may have hidden the gun for Melly.
You worried about getting somebody else in trouble?
I ain't that type of person.
What?
I ain't that type of person.
What's that?
I can't tell nobody else.
Somebody else? Did somebody else throw the gun in the river for you? Did you throw the gun in the river?
Melly would change his initial story, now saying Vontae tried to shoot him, and when Vontae pulled the gun, he snatched it. But knowing they had more guns, he ran to the apartments before firing off a shot. That's when Melly clarified to detectives he had no gun of his own, that he in fact fired the gun he took from Vontae. Detectives would then ask after he fired, what did he do with the gun? And Melly would say he threw the gun back over to the area the group was when one of them picked it back up, later naming Vontae as the one who grabbed it.
Oh, God.
Detectives
Oh, God.
didn't believe him, and Melly, who felt he may face more charges if he gave up the location of the gun, eventually did tell detectives where he hid it, according to news reports from the following day. Melly would be charged with 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon
still got charged for
and
something.
1 count of discharging a firearm in public. Bortland would post a picture of Melly to Facebook
Ugh,
the
good
same
for
day,
it. Fuck.
saying slick ass,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
and Melly would later be
Fuck.
sentenced to a juvenile program. As for Vontae, an FDLE search would show Vontae was arrested that same day, but for trespassing and violating his probation. It's unclear if Melly's statement played a role in his arrest, as Melly placed him at the scene, but then again,
Damn.
it's alleged that Vontae was one of the 3 witnesses who told police Melly fired a gun at them.
Damn,
While
so they both
definitely
snitched.
cooperating, it's in the air as to if Melly actually snitched, as many have their own opinion on what snitching actually is. Melly's former associate Jay Green gave a full interview with the police in a separate incident where he identified a man who fired a shot in the air after someone threw a bottle at his car. That man would later be sentenced to prison for firing the gun, but Jay Green claims he didn't snitch. Boston Richie would give homicide investigators a football team of names in one case and get 2 people arrested in another case, but he
Fucking hell,
claims
bro.
he didn't snitch. And the only argument Melly could make is self-defense. And in a self-defense case, you have to admit what happened. Unfortunately, if the other person isn't dead, you have to tell police what they did to make you fear for your life.
That is shit.
Which could result in them
I'll
being
snitch
charged
as
with
well.
crime.
I'll do the
In
same
Melly's
thing. I
case,
don't
it's
care.
unclear if detectives
They
even
get me locked up for
believed
nothing.
his self-defense story. And Vontae was never charged with anything Melly actually said, but at the same time, Melly could have told that same story without actually giving up any names. Now with this one,
Damn.
I had to look into it, right?
You can't call
I
Melly
had
a
to
snitch.
find out if the name.
I don't call
Melly
Melly a snitch.
gave
You can't
was
be
a real
come after
person,
me.
because
Nigga killed his
people
2
give
best
all
friends.
type of names
Imagine if I
and try to
snitched.
say that
He
they
doesn't
were
even know
fake
me.
names.
Imagine
Maybe
if I
they
called him a
was
snitch,
real.
he'll beat my ass.
Police
I don't know.
asked him,
Fuck that.
who pulled the gun? What's his name? What's his street name? Melly gives him his last name. Identifies the person, right? Melly cooperated 100%. He fucked up when he gave them that name. Because cooperation is as simple as you get pulled over, license and registration, and you give it to them. You're cooperating. They're asking him questions, he's answering. But when he said that name, when he said this is the person who pulled the gun,
Nigga, I'm snitching as well.
this is the
bro.
person
I
who
ain't getting
ended
locked up for
picking
shit.
After, even
So he
if the
still got
shit
locked up
didn't
after he told
happen,
him. That's
if
crazy.
he had got charges put on him, you did that. But he didn't get charges put on him. You still could have told the story without giving his name. And the fact that he gave that name isn't gonna change shit. Isn't gonna change nothing because I be exposing motherfuckers left and right.
I be real-
Paperwork, interrogation videos, and nobody gives a
Come
fuck.
on.
You
I
know
would
what I'm
tee-
saying?
You know what I'm
QCP,
saying?
he was just hanging out with Gucci at Rick
I'll
Ross's
be-
shit,
I'll
or whatever
be getting the
car
same
show they
shit.
just that. You know what I'm saying? Boston
Yeah, I
Richie,
get it, yeah.
fucking Jay
I get
Green,
it, yeah,
fucking,
you
I
know.
can show y'all everything.
know what I'm saying,
People
like-
still like,
See,
nah,
he agrees with me as well. I don't give a fuck.
on me. So what do I think about this Melly shit? He shouldn't have gave that fucking name.
Okay,
He fucked
okay,
up.
damn, okay,
Is
sure,
it gonna
okay.
affect him in
Okay,
any way,
okay.
shape, or form? No, because
No.
people are gonna say he was 16 years old.
that's what I'm saying.
He wasn't affiliated with nobody.
That's what I'm
This,
saying.
that, and the third.
Word, word.
He took the
Yeah.
charge. He did all
Full
the
facts,
time. The
full
other kid
facts.
didn't get arrested
Full
for
facts.
it. Whatever.
I'll hit the
That
bitch
kid
as
got
well.
booked for trespassing.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, he didn't even go to that school, but he showed
Full
up to
facts.
start some shit while
Full
he was
facts.
on probation.
Full facts.
And then allegedly tells the police, hey, Melly just shot at me. Yeah, well,
he's
why
a
did
bitch,
he shoot
that's
at
what
you?
I'm
Well,
saying.
we were over here trying to
For
beat
no
his
reason.
ass.
Shouldn't
He
be for
shot
no
at
reason.
me.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, well, now you're under
Makes
arrest.
sense, bro.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
right.
saying? That's more
Yeah,
or
I
less
get
how
what
they're
you're
trying to
saying.
spin the story.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, I
this
get
kid
that.
got himself booked,
Yeah.
and it wasn't nothing that
I'm saying.
Melly
So
actually
he didn't lay
said.
out.
But it
I'm
doesn't
saying, we
fucking
didn't lay out.
matter.
You go to
Melly
the club.
shouldn't have gave that name.
Shit.
Now, only
Yeah, for
very
facts,
few
man. You should
people
know
are
that.
going to hold this
Never
against
know
him.
him.
One of them may be Boosie, who actually helped
What's the best
put
again, man?
Melly's defense team together and showed up to one of Melly's trial dates. Now Boosie is
Damn.
in federal custody, so he most likely isn't gonna say anything about the situation.
Damn.
And it's unfortunate that Melly
Pussy
doesn't even
involved in
have
everything.
any privileges inside of jail to where he can make a phone call and speak out on the situation himself. Because 9 times out of 9, if he's able to say something and motherfuckers is like, oh yeah, that makes sense, I would have did that too, nobody's gonna care. That happens with damn near everybody that either paperwork or an interrogation video drops on. Does what he did violate code?
No.
You're not supposed to give a
really.
name, bro.
Oh
At
shit,
the end of the
okay.
day.
Damn, I
You
don't know
can't
about
show
this
no
gang shit, bro.
favoritism. But let me know y'all thoughts and comments in the comment section.
I don't know about none of this gang stuff.
1090 Jake, I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me.
Okay, in a bit. Bro, Melly, who cares? The guy's gonna be in prison either way. Who cares? He still went to prison, even though he didn't snitch. He'll still gotta go to prison. Who cares? It's Melly. No one talks shit about Melly because he'll come for you.